Hey guys, Nerd1 here, and today we're going to be doing another kit review, and hang on, I'm going to turn the camera around. Now that we got the camera around, we'll see what's going on. Oh, it's for you guys. Here, we'll put this up next to the... Strange. Interesting. Well, we'll hang up. Alright, so these are the EE-8 field telephones. These were the field telephones issued in World War II, and they started their military service. They were put in military service in 1935 and saw usage throughout World War II and into the early stages of the Vietnam War. These are powered by two, each one is powered by two D-style batteries, which you'll see later in the video when I talk more in depth about the function of these. But these are just really cool little things, and I found these at an antique shop the other day here where I live, and they're just so cool. The first time I encountered one of these was at Fort Stevens, where all this like living history and reenactment stuff took off, and me and my girlfriend went to this tent that was there, and they had these. They were talking about how they worked and stuff like that, and we were able to mess around with some of the field telephones. And ever since then, I kind of just been wanting to get a couple of these. And I already had one that I found in a antique store in Southern Oregon, and like in this area, this is just a plywood cut out of Oregon, but it's like right around here, and that one, it doesn't work very well. Like you have a hard time hearing the other end, and the bell doesn't work. So that one, I just removed the batteries out of it. It's now on my World War II desk, and you'll see that later on in the video. But yeah, so what we're going to talk about is just these phones. And so how you use it is very simple. Here we'll do this one, because this one actually will cause the other one. This one, bell, it doesn't work. I'll have to look and find out why it's doing that, but I'm not going to do it now. But you have this little hand crank. Let me just move the strap. So we'll move the straps and try to move the wire so you're able to see. So here is the little crank. You'll just fold that out, and the other one will ring. Here, and so inside, we'll talk about this later. When you crank that, it will generate electricity that will be sent along this wire to the bell in here, and then that will notify the other end that there is someone trying to talk. To work the phones, it's very simple. It's kind of like a push-to-talk thing. So you have this little switch here. See if the other one's more visible. No, it's not. Little switch right here. And if you're trying to talk, you'll hold it up to your ear. You'll push the switch, and then the other end should be receiving the words that you're trying to send. And the phone is made out of an early form of plastic called Bakelite, and I think that is really cool. And to hang up, you could either just leave them on the line, or you put the phone in here, and there's a little thing right here that you push, and you just, and that should hang up the phone. Well, kind of curious to see. Hello? This is gonna make me look weird. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, hangs up the phone. So we'll just put that back in here. This is connected using just a normal wire that you could get. Like I got this at the local hardware store. And what you do is you hook them up to these little knobs here. We'll go deeper into it so you guys can see, but I'll bring it close so you see the wiring. So you just hook them up into these little knobs right here, here, and here, and it was fairly easy. Like, I was expecting it to not work when I did this, but it did, and I was very surprised by it. But what is this? But yeah, these are the E-8 field telephones. So normally when they're assigned to a headquarters, they would, paint on their infantry division here, and so you don't lose it. But cool thing is, it also has a second division painted on the back here, and the one that that you'll see later in the video when we look inside and stuff like that. I was able to trace that back and find out that the phone that you'll see later was in Italy. It was shipped to Italy and helped out the headquarters there. But I haven't got to looking at tracing the infantry divisions back to both of them, but I will do that as soon as possible. These are all held together by a couple screws, and we'll, like I said later in the video, we'll disassemble it, take it apart. But they're held together by some screws so they don't come out of this bag. And this bag, it's really weird. Like, I hope someone will be able to comment down below if they know if this bag was always like this firm, or is this just like the age did this? Because this is like a canvas looking material, but it's just very, very firm and hard. And I wonder if they were made to be like that, like as a protection. Because I know the early EE-8s, they had like a leather kind of bag, and then later during World War II and stuff like that, they came around with the canvas. But I'm just wondering if it's just the age made these like firm and hard, or it's just like they coated it with something to stiffen it. But comment down below if you guys know if they did that or not. And and yeah, so we'll go in and we'll take a look at the internals of the EE-8 telephone. So yeah. So maintenance on the EE-8 field telephone is fairly simple, and how you get to the main block here is you unscrew the several screws that are on the satchel. So you have a screw here, 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 and here, and then two more right there and there. Once you screw those out, this whole block right here will just come out, and then you could do maintenance, and we'll show you what that looks like. We're not going to go deep into maintenance, but we will show you what it looks like and what you will expect. So yeah. Alright, so we got all the screws removed. I'm going to move my helmet here so I don't accidentally scratch it more than it already is. We'll just set that over here. And adjust the camera so you guys can see it a little bit better. And we'll take the phone out of the box here. Well, not box, the satchel, which is a little bit difficult to do, but luckily it doesn't have the batteries in it. So I'm just able to pull it out like that. We'll just set this aside, and we'll take a look on what we're dealing with here. So right here, it basically gives you just like a rundown of everything you'll find if you were to unscrew the wall of here. And there is a screw missing there, but and it's the same for the other side, but a little bit more in the wiring kind of setup here. Hang on, let me adjust this so you guys can actually see it. And tells you like how to treat it and stuff like that, how to prevent fungus from growing in there. So we just, so you could see how the diagram works and stuff like that, all the electricity and stuff like that, how it runs through. Right here you can see a date. I don't know if you guys could see it too well, but it says March. That looks like a 2 and a 1, 21st, 1945. So that gives us a date when this phone was produced. If you turn around here, you could see where we put the C batteries, and these are just, here, let me get, I actually just put these batteries in a drawer on this desk, and you know, these are just normal batteries that you could get at a store, and you just pop them in there, and you have them working. And so, yeah, and you're supposed to remove the batteries when it's not used. Since this one does not work, it's just gonna be decorative and will sit on this desk for decoration purposes. Back to here, this is like telling you what you will find inside the wiring diagram. And yeah, so you have your phone, the wiring that goes in to here, and oh, that might actually be easier than I thought to fix. Alright, and then you have the wiring that you would hook up to connect other phones, like the ones you've seen already. Those are connected here. And yeah, so that's about it. We're not gonna go in and open this up, even though, you know what, we'll just take this panel off. It won't be that difficult to do. So we'll just fast forward through here. Alright, so now that we removed most of the screws except one right here, so we just pivot this thing, we'll now just swing it open and take a look at what's inside. So this is what you'll see inside, and in the online manual one of my reenactor guys sent me, you could, yeah, so you could actually like see instructions in the manual that tells you what everything does, but I'll try to give you a rundown of, well, just visually what I think everything does. So don't take my word for it, this is just what I think. But yeah, so obviously right here we have the bell. So when you crank this, well, if the other end was to crank this, it would generate electricity probably through here, which sends it to the other phone, and that will start ringing their bell, or vice versa. And I have no idea what this is. This could be like, is a coil? I don't know. I'm not. I don't know much about this, but like if you were to look at the manual online, the original World War II manual online, it will tell you all about all this and stuff like that. But basic maintenance for this is just, you know, if there's no electrical problem and like the crank is gunked up, you just put a drop of oil in here, kind of like a car. Like you just oil it up and it'll be ready to go. You know, you put a drop here, and it will just make it run smooth. And as you'd see, this rotates that, and I believe generates electricity in here. But I might be wrong, but also it sort of makes sense if it did do that. But yeah, so that's what the inside of this whole thing looks like. We'll close this up, put the screws back on, and open up the other side for you guys. Alright, so we're on the other side, and I just put the panel back on the back side, but I turned this around and I just realized that these are pinned shut, so there's no way I could remove this without just fully disassembling it. So unfortunately you guys won't get to see what it looks like on this side, but it should have been, I believe, should have been enough of like visuals on the other side. So yeah, that's all for the interior, like the breakdown of everything. And now it's time to put it back in the bag. Alright, so we have the phone back in the satchel, and now we're gonna, before we send you guys back to the main part of the video, we're gonna take apart here and here and see what is inside. So how you do that is you just screw it off like that, holding it like this because there's a chance some stuff might fall out. And that's the insides of the talking piece. And this comes out of here, and it kind of looks like a gas mask voice diaphragm. But you just put that in here, and you know, we have these notches here and here that you will line up with something in here. Where's it something in here? Interesting. But we'll just screw that back on, and I'll get to you when we get that one. Alright, so we got the top part unscrewed, and it's very similar to down here. You just unscrew it and stuff like that. And what you have is another thing that looks similar to a gas mask voice diaphragm, and that will make you hear the other person online, I guess. I was expecting something to look a little different, but it's not at all different. Hang on. This one might be a little pain to screw back on. Oh, there we go. And you just screw it on like that. Oh, there we go. And you have your phone. And the phone, I've said earlier, is made out of a Bakelite early plastic, which is very cool. And yeah, so I'll put you guys back to the main video now. Alright, so that was the like looking internally into the EE-8 field telephone, and there's not really much more to talk about these phones besides, like, if you have two of these, it is very simple to set up. And like, you just have to go to the hardware store and get a couple feet of wire, and you will connect here and here, and it should hopefully work unless there's any internal issues with the phone. So yeah, that will probably be the video. These just kind of fold up on itself when you're ready to pack up, but I'm just gonna leave it like this and store it in my room just like this. I mean, I'll make it pretty, probably close this flap up, but yeah. But that will probably be the video. So make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below any things that I missed about these phones that I should have put in, and also comment down below what you want to see next. Hopefully soon we'll have the 200 subscriber special. I'm very happy that, you know, this channel is slowly going up and becoming like a more popular channel. And yeah, so thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, share if you can, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.